The newly appointed Pope Leo giving his first media interview as the Catholic leader. The pontiff sat down with the Catholic news site Crux for a wide-ranging interview covering an array of topics from the war in Ukraine to the World Cup. So let's bring in Crux senior correspondent Elise Ann Allen. Thanks for being with us, Elise. You have covered the Vatican for years. You've met Pope Benedict and Pope Francis. So what was it like to sit across from the first American-born Pope?
Well, good morning. It's wonderful to be with you. I have to say it was a little bit surreal. As a journalist, it's always very exciting when you get to interview somebody like the Pope. Not very many of us get that opportunity. So it was very exciting for me personally. Now, just given the fact that there are very few Americans in Rome, in the Roman Curia, working there, we'd had some contact with him before that. So I had known him and met him and interacted with him prior to his election. But to see him in that context, dressed in white, sitting across from him now as Pope Leo, it felt quite different and yet the same at the same time. He's very much the same man as he was before. He's somebody who is incredibly serene. He's very calm. That joyfulness that you see in him is very authentic. He's very transparent, but he's also highly intelligent. And, he was very measured and reflective with his words. There's a lot more I think he could have said and obviously held back a little bit for the official interview. But my impression was he's a deeply intelligent man who we have a lot to expect from him, I think. And there's a lot beneath the surface that's still yet to come, I think, in the weeks and months ahead.
Oh, absolutely. And real quick, Elise, I do want to ask, where are you from?
I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Okay, I figured it was the U.S.
We were only there for a few months, so I was raised.
Yeah. No, that's so cool that you got to sit down with him and you spoke with the pontiff for hours. And on LGBTQ issues, we have a little clip. Here's some of what he had to say.
Any issue dealing with the LGBTQ kinds of questions, that also is highly polarizing within the church. And for now, because of what I've already tried to demonstrate and live out in terms of my understanding of being Pope at this time in history, I'm trying not to continue to polarize, or promote polarization in the church.
And Elise, what more did he have to say about how he'll handle LGBTQ issues?
This is one of the biggest topics in the church today. It's one of those hot button topics, that a lot of people want to talk about and they want to know where the church is going. Leo's predecessor, Pope Francis, had taken sort of a more welcoming and inclusive stance on the LGBTQ plus issue. Leo said that he will do the same thing, that we should have an attitude of welcome. The church must be a home for everybody. And he insisted on that, so that everybody has a place, not because of their orientation, but because they're children of God. And that's how we should look at these people and look at everyone, first of all. But he said he's not going to change any church teaching. He said attitudes need to change before the church can even contemplate changing teaching. So for right now, its teachings will remain the same. What he wants is sort of a transformation in attitudes and how the church views people, whether that's members of the LGBTQ plus community or beyond. He wants to make sure the church is an inclusive place for everyone.
Very much so, a hot button topic there, and nice to hear him talk about inclusivity in that way. Elise Ann Allen, thank you so much for being with us and to bring part of your interview here.